All right, gamers, I am back. So first of all, I should probably explain a number of things. It has been a while since I uploaded last, like a really long time, and I have just been swamped with schoolwork, trying to get that done. I'm about at the end of my degree, so I've been putting that as my #1 priority and have not had much time to do this kind of thing and streaming and all that. So yeah, that's kind of just an update on where I've been. But clearly the location I'm at right now is nothing that you guys have seen on stream before. I'm not going to say that I did this off camera because I actually did start a stream a few weeks back where I gathered the materials and started building this. But I ended up having a little bit of an emergency situation I had to deal with during that stream, and I wasn't able to resume it in a way that, like, I don't know, flowed well. So I kind of just abandoned that. I may flash some clips that did survive up on screen at some point during this stream, just to show you that I was actually working on this. But I should probably tell you guys what this is. So clearly, we've gotten to a point in the world, the playthrough, where we have an elytra. And that was, I think, maybe 3 episodes ago now. My perception of when I did things is a little bit foggy right now because of how long it's been since I've been on the world. But now that we have an elytra, it's becoming more and more important that we have a consistent amount of rockets all the time. Clearly, the main problem with that would be making sure that we have enough gunpowder to make all the rockets we need. So what this is a pretty rudimentary gunpowder farm. I have made it before. This is nowhere near being complete. But this is a design that I've made before. It's not like one that goes crazy or anything. It's just the kind that you put a chamber up on top of it and you AFK in it, and then you kind of just let your character do that. So like I would be doing that off camera, just letting it, collect gunpowder. So that's one thing I want to keep working on today. But I also realized something when I was, sitting down to do the stream today. Oh, fuck. I actually don't know how long it's been since I have slept. So I'm gonna go deal with that. I was realizing that the first season was really just to get like my main tools and armor and make sure that that was like a huge piece of the series. Like, I don't want that to not be, a huge piece of Minecraft, I feel like, is the initial struggle. And now that we're past that point, I'm realizing that I should feel, I should feel like I'm allowed to start building farms. I didn't build an iron farm immediately in the first season because to some degree, I feel like doing that so early is almost cheating. Like, it's almost like taking away from the experience. And so I wanted to make sure that the first season had all of the struggles that a typical Minecraft playthrough would have, which is one of the #1 reasons why I didn't build an iron farm. That being said, I also do want to go do that, and I think I'm gonna pivot. I do still want to work on this gunpowder farm, but I think I can get this iron farm done way quicker than I could the gunpowder farm, at least for the moment. And I've got another design pulled up on my other monitor here that I've used before. I just have to find a spot for it. I'm not really sure where I want to put it yet. One of the main reasons I want to do an iron farm is now that we've actually got a beacon, I want to continue to make the rest of them. We've only got the single one, and it would be nice if I could bring extra beacons places without having to tear down this one. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. I have a list of all the items that we need. So we need 42 building blocks, 41 glass, 26 wall blocks, 8 ladders, 9 trapdoors, 8 signs, 5 hoppers, 4 repeat. I mean, just a fuck ton of stuff. It's like almost a shulker box worth. Speaking of which, I am actually going to go ahead and pull out one of these so we can use it for that task. This is also an extremely rudimentary iron farm, so it doesn't have to look pretty, but I've got all this copper, so I might as well use that as like my building block. So I'm going to put that in there. That crosses off my building block. I need 41 glass. I have a bunch of glass in here, but it's mostly stained glass. So I think what I'm going to go do before I do anything else, I've only got 19 rockets left, but I think I'm going to go try and find a desert and grab a bunch of sand before I do anything else. When I don't know if you guys just noticed when I was traveling back in the nether, but I had a little bit of a nether system set up. I was working on expanding that and making it a little bit nicer to navigate. So that goes directly to the gunpowder farm, and it also goes to the end portal. But I haven't seen a desert in I don't know how long on this world, so it's gonna be a minute before I actually find one. And if I can cut some time off that trip by building a nether portal over there, then I won't have to worry about wasting more rockets to fly that way. Ooh, I'm seeing here that I need a name tag. And I don't think I have one of those yet, like anywhere. So that might actually be a little bit of an issue. There might be one, I'm not 100% sure, there might be one area that I've been to. I was actually there off camera and I found it on complete and total accident. That may have a name tag in it. I don't know if I took all the stuff out of the chests or not. But we'll have to see. That's most of everything I need. I need some hoppers too. Looks like 5 hoppers, but I'm almost out of iron. Which is, I guess, is a good thing that we're making an iron farm now. Because it's going to start to, especially with building all these farms, it's going to start to be a big bind if I don't have, like, basically as much iron as I want to use. Okay, I need one more hopper. So I'm actually completely out of iron, which sucks, because I'm going to have to go manually mine for that as well. So this right here is most of the materials that we're going to need for the gunpowder farm. So I'm just going to drag that in there. I'm going to go see if I can find some lava really quick so we can bring a nether portal with us. Actually, before I do that, so down here is where I found this thing. There's an extra dungeon that was literally just right in here. I accidentally flew into here and there could be a name tag. There is a name tag. Okay, sick. And it's also nice to know that there's a zombie spawner up here. I might turn that into a secondary XP farm because it's closer to the surface. So I don't think I've ever seen a zombie spawner generate on the surface like this either. Okay, and there was a little bit of redstone and gunpowder too, which is nice. So actually that fulfills the last of the redstone needs, I think. Oh, well, this might just be a beach, but it's big enough to the point where that's more than enough sand for what I need. Honestly, I think I'm going to get more sand than I actually need here because there really hasn't been all that much sand close to where I am. And, this is right here. I guess I do know where this is, so I don't really have to think about too hard the next time I actually need it, but I feel like it just makes sense to get a bunch of it while we're here. Okay, that's several stacks, and I think I see a light source right there, so that's probably lava, which we need. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. It is. Okay, sick. We only need 1 bucket. I'm not gonna put a nether portal down because there's really no need. I'm actually gonna grab 2. Oh, are you kidding me? That's annoying. I do want to... Okay, so I need to also think about where I want to put this as far as the location goes. Mostly because I want it to be running, all the time while we're at home. But also, I don't want to have to worry about transporting villagers. But one of the other things is I don't want it to be super ugly either. There's a bunch of space back here that I want to save for making nice looking buildings and stuff. So I don't know. We'll have to figure out where I want to put that in a minute here. Okay. I think that's everything. I don't think I need anything more besides I need some water. Let me figure out where I want to put this. I would like to put it underground, especially because this is going to be like an ugly one. I may build a better one on later, but just for the sake of getting this done, I kind of just want to put it somewhere underground. The only area I kind of have that's big enough to do that is going to be this room down here. Ooh, I almost died just then. I am down to 2.5 hearts because I wasn't paying attention. Oof. That could have been real bad real fast. Yeah, I may put it down here, actually. If I clear out a number of this... The actual radius that they spawn in, Iron Golems, is not all that big. And if I could keep this somewhere where it'll run all the time and also not be, like, on the surface and ugly and stuff, that'd be kind of nice. The only problem is, some of the water here. So I might have to clear some of that out. But if I've got haste 2 here, so I'm gonna use my Silk Touch pickaxe to mine this out so I can trade this back to them. But yeah, now I can just instantly carve this room out, and I can make this my area for the iron farm. I don't know. I think this is roughly big enough, and if it's not, I can remedy that pretty easily, I think. So, let's get started here. Okay, we're getting close here, but I'm just now realizing I need one more trapdoor, and I also forgot the glass in the furnace, so I need to go grab that real quick. I forgot just how tall this thing actually ends up being. Okay, I think for the most part the actual villager receptacle is done, so now I need to go actually bring them in, or at least that's what it wants me to do. I'm surprised it isn't having me go ahead and build, like, the golem farm bit of it, but, you know, I'm literally just following a tutorial from the last time that I built this. They did just change a few things that are actually going to help me a huge amount. So they need to be blank villagers, which surely that there's got to be like 3 new ones that I've never messed with before in there. So I'm going to make some boats. I don't have a craft. Oh, I do have a craft. Okay. I'm going to make some boats, and then I believe I should be able to lead these now. And also, leads don't even require slime balls anymore. So it should be a real easy task for me to get them down here in comparison to what it would be. Now, this is something I have not been looking forward to, was once I needed to start pulling villagers out of here. Because there's a lot of them, and being selective about who I'm able to take out is kind of, you know, annoying. And you can't lead villagers directly. So I'm going to have to, like, really try here to get the one that I want, or just a blank one, and not have, like, another guy try and pathfind it. I just need any one of the normal ones. Okay. There's one. Congratulations, you have been granted temporary freedom. That freedom is now over. I wish boats could go over... Oh wait, now they can. If you lead them, I think they can go over... Yes! So now I should just be able to drag these guys all the way back down into... Okay, maybe this was a good idea to put it down there, because now I can just drag them all the way down into the chamber. That is so much easier than it's ever been before. That is a nice ass quality of life change. I mean, I don't even really have to think about it, because I can literally just drag him all the way down here. Honestly, the hardest part is probably just going to get him in the probably just getting him in the actual glass chamber here. I knew this area was eventually going to be useful for something besides mining for stone, and I'll pretty it up eventually because there's like holes in the floor everywhere and it's kind of miserable to navigate at times. But honestly, I'm glad that this big open space already existed, because now I don't have to put an ugly farm on the surface, you know, beside all my nice looking stuff. I mean, that looks pretty promising. He's going right towards it, so... Okay, there he goes. That's definitely got his attention. I do also think that this room has lived its life. I think it's done as far as mining for stone goes, so it's probably time to start repairing it for this kind of use. Okay, cool. So that's 1 of 3. So let me go grab 2 more. Sir, you have a greater purpose. I can't say that you're gonna enjoy that purpose very much, but, you know, that's kind of your function in this. You're gonna be terrified for the rest of your life, because that's quite literally how this farm works. So, it looks like it's night, because those guys are sleeping. So he might not bind to a job immediately. But... Oh, he did. Okay. Cool. So I should probably clear out the ceiling a little bit. I don't actually know how much I'm going to need to, but I just need to make sure that there's no, like, ledges and stuff that the golems can spawn on. And then I'm going to need to go find a zombie and name this. I feel like I gotta come up with a funny name. Okay, now I gotta go get the zombie, and then that should activate it, but... Yeah, that works. It's funny, is I think actually on the last farm I made in this design, the zombie I used was a zombie villager, so they were constantly staring at one of their undead brethren. I don't know how I'm not seeing a zombie right now, and I'm seeing literally every mob besides that. Oh, now that he's in here, let me go ahead and name him. So he's not going to despawn. I guess I could have just left him in the boat too, but I don't think a boat would have fit down in the hole that we needed to. This guy's actually not on great health right now either. That's my only name tag, so I need to be careful about it. Yeah, he's hitting me with thorns, so he's probably not healed very much, which is not a good thing. So I need to make sure that he gets in here and he doesn't take any more additional damage. My thorns are hitting him on accident. I don't want to have to go find another name tag. Okay, that's a problem. There we go. Okay, he is in. That started working immediately, but I know that there's a space up there now, which isn't good. So I'm gonna need to deal with that. Oh, he spawned right there. So the farm is now functional, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and start building the golem chamber, which means I'm gonna have to deal with all this. Well, that looks like that's working. Okay, so I think we're actually done here, but we need to deal with that iron golem, and we need to eliminate all spawnable spaces. So I'm gonna need to go grab a bunch of extra torches, because I'm probably gonna open up some pockets here. If iron golems are failing to spawn and I'm having issues, I know that means that there's a spawnable space somewhere that shouldn't exist. But I'm pretty sure that this area here is gonna be okay. I'm gonna fight the iron golem. Oh my god! Holy crap! Why did he do that much damage? That was a mistake on my part, but I don't know why he did that much with the amount of armor I had on. I guess I probably should have had on... Oh my god, my heart is actually beating right now. I thought that was going to be the end. Okay. Holy crap. That was actually scary as fuck. That sucks because I'm gonna have to get rid of this one too. Don't immediately see any more. So, now I can remove the platform that I just made that I was standing on. Take out the iron golem that's sitting down there, and then it should, if the cave up top isn't a problem, it should just work. And then I can make a better item collection system coming off of it. Okay. I don't think he can get me from up here, and I've got a bow. So I think that's going to be what I do now. Okay. So let's see where the next one spawns, and if there's an issue or not. I don't hear one yet. Which makes me think it spawned somewhere it wasn't so... Oh, wait, that's burning! Okay! So I think that's working. That's not a guarantee. But there could still be a space and it just spawned there that time, but that's good. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna run more hoppers down here so it's easier to access, but I think that's all done. Now, what's good is I think that this is still in range of the surface. So I don't think that it'll be deactivated when I'm up top, which is kind of perfect. Alright, well, that makes it a little bit easier to access, so I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't think that this chest is technically a spawnable space, so I think we're good there. But that being said, that's a pretty big accomplishment, and it seems like it's working okay. I'm gonna, off-camera, just make sure that that cave isn't an issue. But I think that being said, that's where I'm gonna call it for today. So I will see you guys in the next one.